Hello everyone, it's your girl Achila Yona, and I'm back with another video. And if you're new to my channel, I am a YouTuber, model, author. You get the deal, right? I love what I do. Shop Origini is back and open. The website is live. You could go ahead and check out my website at shoporigini.com. I will be sure to link it in the description box below. Our courses are now available. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all. And don't forget to comment either. I love seeing y'all guys comment on my YouTube videos and like them and interact with me. You know, I love that interaction with y'all. Like, it makes me feel so much closer to y'all. So don't be afraid, like, to comment and say what you have to say, okay? Okay, let's get started. So before I get really deep into like the mummies, I'm going to give y'all a background of the Chinchorros, okay? The Chinchorro were expert fishermen. They developed an extensive and sophisticated fishing tool assemblage. The people had efficient fishing gear, such as fishing hooks made of shells and cactuses, and stone weights for nets made of mesh fabrics. They became skilled weavers of baskets and mats. The Chinchorro are most famous for their detailed mummification practice that lasted for several thousand years, evolving and adapting over the period. The Chinchorro type site is a cemetery site in Arica, Chile, and it was discovered by explorer named Max in the early 20th century. His excavations revealed a collection of mummies among the earliest in the world, y'all. Earliest in the world. The Chinchorro people subsisted using a combination of fishing, hunting, and gathering. The Chinchorro means roughly fishing boat. They lived along the coast of Atacama Desert of northernmost Chile, from the Latuta Valley to the Loa River and into southern Peru. The earliest sites, mostly middens of the Chinchorro, date as early as 7000 BC at the site of Acha. The first evidence of mummification dates to approximately 5000 BC. I cannot pronounce this word, so excuse me if I butcher it, but the mummification dates to approximately 5000 BC in the Cabrera de Camarões region, making the Chinchorro mummies the oldest in the world. The Chinchorro mummies go back to 9,000 years before present, or 7,000 BC. The Chinchorro mummies were much older than those of the ancient Egyptians. Some of their DNA was recovered. The culture lasted for several thousand years, evolving and adapting over the period of time. The end of Chinchorro culture is set around 3500 BP. Dr. Bernardo is a Chilean physical anthropologist who contributed much to the current knowledge about the Chinchorro. In 1984, he published a study in the journal Chinchorro, his first work of the Chinchorro culture. Later in 1994, Bernardo published a classification of Chinchorro mummies, the typology that today is widely used by the scientific and general community. Okay. Also, too, a Chinchorro male mummy bears the earliest tattoo found in the Americas. He has a mustache-like dotted line above his upper lip. The tattoo dates to 2300 BC. Since 1914, Max began his work in Arica. An estimated 282 mummies have been found by archaeologists. Morro 1 at the base of Morro de Arica revealed 96 bodies at the unstratified. There are no discernible layers of stratigraphy, hindering relative dating techniques. Mostly loose sand at the slopes of the hill. 54 adults were found, 27 female, 20 male, and 7 of indentiment sex. I guess they can determine the sex of 7 of them. 42 children were also found, 7 female, 12 male, and 23 undecided. This sample size suggests that the Chinchorro did not favor mummifying one sex over others. So a large amount of their diet, 90% of their diet, was seafood. And the remaining 10% was like land food, like meat from like animals on land. While the overall manner in which the Chinchorro mummified their dead changed over the years, several traits remained constant throughout their history. Archaeologists found skin and all soft tissues and organs, including the brain, removed from the corpse. After the soft tissue had been removed, sticks reinforced bones while the skin was stuffed with vegetable matter before reassembling the corpse. The mummy received a clay mask, even if the mummy was already completely covered in dry clay, a process which the body was wrapped in reeds, left to dry out for 30 to 40 days. And I also have to throw this in here too, because there's a lot of people that are upset about this, but I don't care. Okay. Both were typically stuffed with sticks and reeds to fill out the forms, adorned with wigs. So what you are seeing on the screen is not their actual hair. It's adorned with wigs and masked with clay over their faces. Okay. So I know like people like to do advice like, oh well, the hair texture don't match the hair texture. Baby, original Americans been wearing weave for a long time, okay? So wigs are nothing new. So the Chinchorro culture is not like Egyptian culture, obviously, because the Chinchorros would mummify everybody. In Egyptian culture, it was just the pharaohs that were being mummified. Max categorized the types of mummification he saw into 3 categories: simple treatment, complex treatment, and mud-coated mummies. Okay? He believed that these occurred in order. The mummification process became more complex as time went on. Since then, archaeologists have expanded upon this explanation and have, for the most part, agreed upon the following types of mummification: natural, black, red, mud-coated, and bandage mummies. Okay, so bandage mummies are not only to Egyptian mummies. The Chinchorros were doing this too. Mummification can also be described as externally prepared mummies, internally prepared mummies, Egyptian pharaohs, and reconstructed mummies, Chinchorro. According to Andean archaeologists, further, it turns out that the types of mummification used overlap with each other. The mummies of different types have been found all over the same tomb. The 2 most common techniques used in Chinchorro mummification were black mummies and the red mummies. There were 5 distinct styles over a span of about 4,000 years, though Santos says the most prevalent are the black and red mummies. So remember when I said the oldest mummies are in Chile and they come from the Chinchorro culture? Well, check this out. The oldest mummy in North America and by all of the world is actually the Spirit Cave mummy, the man you are seeing right here. Now, before I go deeper into this, look at his facial features. He doesn't even have the typical Native American look either. He's bald and he chocolate. I don't know about you, but he look like James Evans to me. He look like somebody's uncle that be playing dominoes at the table. Not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying. The Spirit Cave mummy is one of the handful skeletons from the Americas that are more than 10,000 years old. Archaeologists Georgia and Sydney, this quote unquote, discovered it in Nevada Spirit Cave in 1940. The skeleton, an adult male aged around 40 at the time of his death, was shrouded in a rabbit skin blanket and reed mats and was wearing moccasins. He was found with cremated or partial remains of 3 other individuals. The reelers concluded that the remains were 1,500 to 2,000 years old, but when radiocarbonation dating in the 1990s determined that they were much older. The findings drew attention from both scientists and the Falun Paiute Shoshone tribe. The tribe considered Spirit Cave to be a part of its ancestral home and wanted the remains and artifacts. Wheeler-Lev's team concluded that the Spirit Cave remains are more closely related to indigenous groups in North and South America than to any other contemporary population. Okay, and just for the record, this mummy is 10,600 years old, you guys. Like, wow. And this right here kind of had me laughing. It says Hackett says that the genome findings offered the only unequivocal evidence that the remains are Native American. No evidence links the remains to any Pacific group, not even ancient DNA. Lynn George, chair of Falun Paiute Shoshone tribe, did not respond to requests for comments. Okay. So this is interesting. So I'm glad that y'all guys tuned in. I know I made this video pretty long. I'm sorry, but I wanted to let y'all get all the details about this. So because when it comes to American Indian history and culture, people are just not aware, and I gotta make sure everybody getting that information. So before I go, do not forget to check out my book, Discovering Genealogy. It's on Amazon. Link is in the description. You can get it free on Kindle. And I'll see y'all guys later. Bye.